Hello everyone, welcome to another session of cloud computing and big data analytics. Today we are going to see two different topics in this lecture. So the first topic is cloud infrastructure self-service. You already know the meaning of these four terms. So cloud is the internet which consists of various resources and infrastructure in it. And when the client requests for these resources, it can be automatically provisioned as a self-service to the client. So now, as I told you, so whatever services he is using from the cloud, he pays only for those services. It's a very good cost-saving solution for individual as well as for an enterprise, and the planning and the payment for a particular service used by an enterprise or by an individual is very structured, and this planning and purchasing process are all very well planned in the cloud, and the enterprise maintains the operating costs of the cloud, and the cloud vendor also offers a fully managed service, and the agreements and the terminologies in the contracts having the terms and conditions are actually negotiable between the cloud vendor and the customers to meet their specific requirements. When we talk about the private clouds, they are actually designed for a particular operating system because it is owned by an enterprise by themselves, having all the infrastructure and or by procuring all the infrastructure, having all the resources, and having the applications and the various use cases that are unique to their business. There is no clear right answer, or there is no specific choice of the cloud model. It all depends on the applications requirements. Usually a company goes for a private cloud because where their production where it may be a production application, and they have understood completely the capacity fluctuations, and they are also more and more concerned about the security of the data. So only those enterprises will go for a private cloud. That is the security concern of the data, and they should have already well understood about their operating or application capacity, etc. But whereas a public cloud is ideally suited for development and testing environments, where the ability to provision and decommission capacity at very short notice is the primary consideration, and the requirements on the agreements are actually not really strict. This infrastructure strategy and planning, it actually helps or gears the clients who are looking for assistance in understanding the business value that they get when they migrate for the cloud environment. It is designed to help the clients who wants to know more about the advantage of using the cloud environment in their organization or within their infrastructure. Now this particular strategy and planning, it gives them a vision, it gives them a value case or a roadmap how they need to employ this particular technique. So this infrastructure strategy and planning has mainly three major features. The first one is to assess the current environment, to assess their particular organization initially, mainly to determine their strength, the gaps in the organization related to the operations or in their infrastructure, the problems that they are currently facing, and also to understand the readiness of their migration. So the first step is the assessing the particular current environment. The second step is to develop a value proposition for the cloud computing in the enterprise. And the third step is the formation of a strategy, planning it, and designing the roadmap to successfully implement the cloud um, delivery model. Okay, so three features are there. The first one is assessing the current environment. This is done mainly to understand the particular organization's strength, the gaps, the problems, etc. And second feature is to develop the proposition of the cloud computing in the enterprise. And the third one is to find or formulate the strategy, the planning, and the roadmap to successfully implement it in the company. So these three are the major features of the strategy and planning. And this cloud-based systems, they bring a new scalable application delivery service to the particular company, and they help to reduce the capital and the operation costs also. And one important thing is they should always think about the data and the applications that are managing available, that should be available at all times, and also to restore the operations quickly if any type of disaster occurs. The disaster could be a man-made disaster or a natural disaster. They should also think about the restoration process also. And the administrators of the cloud, they need to ensure that the always some amount of risk is there to the data, so they should always perform backups as frequently as possible. And also they should see to it that all the recovery objectives are framed. These applications, they reside in a scalable data center where the resources can be dynamically provisioned and shared to scale the economies. And we all know about the usage model. It is pay as you go usage model. This helps to manage the expenses of the company, to reduce the costs, and also to simplify the operations better. Okay, so now let's move on to the path to cloud computing. So in an organization, what is the actual path of implementing the cloud computing? So here you have five distinct stages. The stage one is the server virtualization. So here generally the companies start virtualization as the first attempt. This virtualization helps them to reduce the capital expenses in terms of the server, storage, and the networks, and automatically it helps down the energy costs. Okay, and also it perhaps avoids or delays the building up or moving to another data center. So that is the stage one. And stage two is the distributed virtualization. Once the companies have started the virtualization in stage one, the next thing is to think about the improvements in their service, that is to focus on elasticity, meaning to serve more number of customers at a particular time, and then to improve the services that they give into them, that they give to the clients, and also the rapidity, maybe reducing the response time and providing more services quickly. Okay, so this is the second stage. Efficiently they are going to provide more and more qualities in their service. Next is the stage 3. It is private cloud. So once the virtualization and efficiency improves, the next thing the company, after getting the after seeing the profits that they get, the next thing is they will definitely think about having a private cloud. Okay, and the fourth stage is about the hybrid cloud. Having only the private cloud is definitely not the answer. They need to use the services of other type of cloud models also, because they may be expanding their business. So this is done without affecting the end users. And the last stage is the public cloud. So where they are actually they will some companies, they will attempt with the cloud in the public cloud arena first, and then they will use their lessons to establish private clouds for the other or their enterprises also. So these are the various 5 stages that make up the path to cloud computing. So in this first part, we have seen about infrastructure service, and then we have seen the three features of the strategy and planning infrastructure, and we have seen the paths to cloud computing, which consists of 5 distinct stages. Thank you.